Actually, I normally veto talks at the Bavard bar on politics and religion, but I kind of thought, as it's a Christmas special and as we've got a general election, I couldn't really avoid those two subjects. So I'm sorry, forgive me. I'm going to mention them, otherwise it'd be odd if I didn't, really. But I thought what I'd do is give you some advice about both of those things, Christmas and the general election. So if you're ready, I'm going to give you my advice about how to survive the upcoming general election and Christmas. You ready? Yeah. Leave the country. That's my advice. Actually, I was thinking that this Christmas is perhaps just a little bit more kind of real Christmassy than past Christmases. And the reason for that, I worked out, is because we've got a general election, as you know, coming up. And of course, when Mary, Joseph and Jesus were going back home, there was a census, wasn't it? That was the reason why they were, in fact, actually say go back home, they were homeless, weren't they?
Yeah.
They were wandering back and they had to sleep in a stable. So I kind of was thinking, that's very much like today, really, isn't it? If the polls are to be believed, that if what happens on Friday, I think many more families might end up sleeping in stables and being homeless. That's a cheery thought. But no, I do. I find Christmas just a little bit odd, if I'm honest. I don't know about you, but it's a bit weird because we sort of every year we forget, I think, just how bad it is, don't we? We forget how much pain we go through and we just invite our families round and somehow, for some reason, we expect it to be different. And so we invite our relatives that we've never seen for years to come to our houses for dinner and we go through all that pain to celebrate the birth of the baby Jesus, which I think is a little bit ironic, given that, of course, he was born to apparently end our suffering. So we go through it, so that's a bit odd. But also the present buying. I find the present buying a bit weird. But I think, and I don't know if this is right, you'll correct me if I'm wrong, that the reason we buy presents at Christmas is because the three wise men, I think they came and they gave Jesus gold, frankincense and myrrh. I think that's why we buy presents and why we do that. Which is sort of interesting, except every year I tend to just get socks. So I'm not quite sure how that really works. But also the whole kind of Christmas songs, the Christmas songs, you all know about Christmas songs. I thought what I'd do is I'd just finish by mentioning, I think, the one Christmas song that has led to the kind of, the real sort of wasteful nature of Christmas. And I'm sure you're all familiar with it. But it's the 12 Days of Christmas my true love sent to me. Do you remember that song? You know that song? 12 Days of Christmas. Well, so I had a look at the lyrics in that song. And I don't know if you know this, but it's a cumulative song. And basically, what his or her true love did, up to about, I think, the 8th day of Christmas, was send, let's say him, 184 wild game birds. Now, I had to think about this, and I think if my true love sent me 184 game birds, I'd have to move house and buy a farm, so it's a bit ridiculous. But I think that demonstrates just that, I think the song was written a couple hundred years ago, and I reckon that's what probably has led to the whole of our Christmases being so very wasteful. But also, I was slightly troubled that the later lyrics kind of, there's a few sort of troubling humanitarian issues with the later lyrics. I don't know if you know that, but if you think about them, again on a cumulative basis, what happens is that having sent him all these birds, she then proceeds to send him 140 complete strangers who then proceed to dance and bang drums and milk unspecified animals, which is a bit, and I think really what he's done is he's been landed in a kind of people trafficking scandal of epic proportions, really. And it kind of makes me think that really, actually, just give me socks, if you wouldn't mind. But